Huh?
Gunshot, yeah. And it fires off in the air and goes bang. So
Okay.
I've never had to use any of this on a bear.
No.
And this isn't wood; it's plastic, but I would not.
How do you use them? How do you?
There's a couple. There's a pen. There's a launcher in here.
Okay, yeah, it's a pen. I know that. I know.
Yeah,
know.
it just screws on and just.
I know we have those in Norway too.
So bears are one of the hazards on the trail. When we're hiking, we'll stay relatively together as a group. You know, we can spread out maybe over 100 feet or something. We're not going to be right behind each other marching, but fairly close. If anybody sees a bear, we'll just stop, get together, and the bear will probably just run off as soon as he sees us. If it's a mother bear with cubs, we have to be aware of that. Make sure we don't get between the mother and her cubs. In terms of food sources, there's a few reasons why bears attack. One, they feel threatened. They're protecting a food source and they're protecting cubs. A food source that they often protect would be like a dead animal, and probably a little chance of that happening around here. We don't have big animals that they're going to bring down. You see that more up high in the mountains, in the Rocky Mountains and stuff. So you don't want to get between a mother and cub, because then she'll get aggressive. But I've come across mothers with cubs by myself quite often, and they just run off if they're together. But if you get between them, watch out.
Yeah.
There probably aren't that many mother and cubs along the trail system.
No, there's so many people there.
So many people, and there's a pecking order in bears. The big male bears get the best terrain, and the mothers get kicked off to the worst areas. So. But if you see a bear, just let myself know and everybody else know, and we'll just get together and make sure the bear leaves the area. If the bear's not leaving, we'll clap, make lots of noise. If still not leaving, I can fire off some bear bangers, noisemakers. And if they're still not leaving, we'll make sure we stay together. And then I've got bear spray, and this has been pretty effective on bears, according to the experts, if they're aggressive. But if you do encounter a bear, there's two types of bears around here. There's black bears and grizzly bears. Black bears are often black, but not always black. They're different shades of brown. They're a smaller bear. Their face is a bit pointier. And if you ever encounter a black bear and they're acting aggressive towards you, you need to act aggressive towards them. You need to pick up a rock, get sticks, and be as aggressive as you can. Because black bears have been known to actually prey on humans. And it may not take much, just to fight them off, and they may leave you alone. But if you play dead with a black bear, or if you climb a tree, because they're good climbers, they can come after you. They don't play dead. A grizzly bears have a big hump in their back usually. They're usually a light brown, a blonde color. They do have big claws that you can see more than a black bear. Their face is more of a hollow dish kind of face. Grizzlies, you can see them at the valley bottom. They tend to live higher up in the alpine and leave the lower area for the black bears unless it's fishing season. They're just a bigger bear, and for those, you can act aggressive, but generally you can play dead. You just remove yourself from the situation, back off, and usually just give them room and they'll leave you alone. It's black bears are the ones to believe it or not cause a bit more concern, because they have been known to be aggressive towards people. Now there's lots of other hazards on the trail. Bears are a hazard, but it's generally not seen as a problem. At night, I've got bags of food, and we'll each be carrying one of these. Tonight they'll just go in the truck, and that's fine. When we get to the campsites, as the park ranger said, don't leave your backpack unattended anywhere when you're hiking. When we get to the camp, they've got bear-proof lockers and bear caches, and we can hang these up. So we'll do that so the bears, they do come into camp, they can't get at the food. What else goes in here would be any soap, sunscreen, bug repellent, anything smells like that, deodorant, toothpaste for sure, and then snacks. And I've got actually snacks for you guys, bars and stuff to eat on the trail. And all that will need to go in the bag as well and be put away. If you want something to eat, you just go and get it down and eat it. And then garbage. So as we eat food stuff, we'll have plastic, we'll have garbage stuff that'll go in here as well. So there's no food, no garbage, no toothpaste, nothing like that in the tents at night. And that'll just ensure that the bears only smell smelly bodies. They won't smell anything tasty. Grey water pits on this side of the Chilkootpass. If you're brushing your teeth, you need to spit. You will be following this river for a few days. You go spit in the river,
Yes.
and it's a fast flowing, and it'll wash everything down into the ocean, and that's what the park recommends. When we get over onto the Canadian side, there is no rivers like that. At each campsite, there is a grey water pit. There'll be a strainer stuff, and you put all the food or all the dirty water in there. That way, it's all concentrated in one spot. So if a bear does come into camp, it'll hang out in this one spot and won't go bother everybody else. The outhouses usually have toilet paper in them. Did you guys bring any toilet paper?
Yeah, we have one.
Run? Okay. The Canadian side tends not to have any. Don't know why. But the US side usually has always been stocked, but it may not always have stocked. So just use the outhouse if you need to go wash in between outhouses. If you're peeing, just go pee on a tree. Otherwise, you can dig a hole in the ground. We pass campsites, so usually it's not a problem. There's an outhouse at the top. They dug it up, and all winter long they're digging it, and they finally got all the gold. And then after the ice broke up in May of 1897, they were able to take steamers all the way down Yukon River, the delta, and the steamers all the way around. First, and it was like, going to get.
Oh, we got the flat.
One of them is over in here. We can see it on the way out. It's
The US citizens were so angry at the Norwegian because we were whaling in Norway. It was a little funny because people came to Norway.
Ja, nå ser vi siste bygningen som er igjen i Dyea. Det er ikke mye rart igjen.
little trees this big. This is called the Avenue of Trees.
Det er tre rekker der er plantet under goldrush-tida. Her var det gata før. Samme trerekker som jeg filmet et sted, den finner vi på bildet her.
Here we'll come across remains of a warehouse. Up to the pass. The far corner was situated at the high tide line. Not even a fluctuation.
Yeah.
Four cemeteries. Seven doctors, one dentist. Two groups. Sorry, we've seen a few times. It's getting
Well, no,
exactly
but
where.
again, what's just so odd is like you said, like,
Her ser vi rester etter bryggepålene. Gravsted for Dyea.
He came too late.
Her ved gravstedet etter rasulykka i Chilkoot. Det omkom ca. 65. Der ligger det en danske, Andersen. Ja, jeg så vel bare ett norsk navn, tror jeg. Englund. Alle så her ble jo båret ned fra rasstedet og gravlagt her ved Dyea.